95% and 7%. That was Mr. President in 2015. And just this week, the people of Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, necessary evil. Is it a relationship, a connection between those two? Is it a joke or statement of fact or telling it as it is? What meaning do you make of it?
Well, with very deep reflection, I really wish that statement is a joke. Otherwise, but it's not a joke. That was Mr. President expressing himself. You see, there's this phrase that I keep saying, that after politics comes governance. Because if you don't bring politics to governance, you won't get it right. Because you'll be so choked back by what transpired during politicking, and then of course you're going to have problems in governance. You see, if you look at chapter 2 of the Constitution, Nigerian Constitution as amended, that talks about the welfare of the citizens of the country. That is governance. That is telling you that the primary duty of governance is the welfare of its people, the defense of the territorial integrity, and the provision of security. That is the primary duty of governance. And that is aptly captured in our Constitution. So, by the time you now win election, and you're doing governance, because it's governance that we are in now, it's been inaugurated, and you are still having this reflection of what transpired in your politics, and calling your residents, necessary vote. Remember that FCT, majority of FCT residents didn't vote for the APC, represented by Mr. President. And so I felt that he would have been a little bit more diplomatic in the way he received them. Because what that means is that at the point he opened that, okay, he feels insecure, talking about insecurity within FCT, somebody will interpret that, okay, maybe the people didn't vote for him, so they are not even comfortable with him. But that is not statesmanship, with the greatest respect. And I think the handlers of Mr. President needs to guide him sometime. Because to me, I believe that sometimes your intention may not actually be conveyed properly. And sometimes, we know Mr. President sometimes can be very, very, very direct. And once you are direct like that, and what is in your mind, you are saying it out, and you are the president of the country, people take it, and think that's what is trending. Necessary evil. Who is a necessary evil? And you cannot do without them. If it is possible, Mr. President, who want to deal with the FCT resident? On the lighter note, I tell you this.
But there's no.
On the lighter note, let me quote this. On the lighter note, I'll tell some of my friends in Abuja, say, I think it's not time you guys, get relocated to their villages, so that maybe Abuja will be empty for those in governance.
Just like we had several, reactions this morning, because that dominated the headlines, front pages of the headlines, and then you had some person say that Abuja is not negotiable, and I don't even think that it's Abuja. I think that the entire country is not negotiable when you talk about security. I remember in 2015 when the president came, he was attributed to a statement, I belong to nobody, I belong to everybody. So I don't think that even if Abuja is not where he resides.
And shortly after that statement came the 95% and the 7%.
And when you add them together, it's more than 100%, mind you.
Well, I think some bad arithmetic there.
But look, whether you are elected as a governor or as a president or as the case may be, or a representative of the people, this should be the catch. We must grow this country. What is the catch? The catch is that after politics should come governance. Because look, if you tar the road and you now decide, okay, I want to tar the road for those people that actually voted for me, and I don't want to do.
Or could it be that Mr. President was misquoted?
No, I don't think so. Because I took time to go through the report. I saw, of course, you know that the presidency is here to deny or issue a statement to that. Because it's quite sensitive. Some of us actually saw it on a lighter note. You must see it that way so that you will not be so offended. Because if you see it otherwise, I think
it was.
It might just be on.
Yes, that's why I say you must see it. But it's an expensive joke, so to say, because the obvious truth was said. I know. So what is Mr. President said that he's not going to take care of the residents of the FCT because the FCT is actually directly under him. It's not a state. That is the headquarters of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So the people will feel offended. But the obvious fact is that they didn't vote for Mr. President, and Mr. President, even during government,
is that not the beauty? Is that not the beauty?
And he's jokingly said that the senator representing FCT, the PDP senator Anyogo also, he was happy that when they put him in the list to visit him, he's happy that they kept him very far from him. You know, so some of those things you just have to see it on a lighter note. But beyond that, we must be very serious with governance at all levels. People bring in a lot of sentiment in governance and vindictiveness. I believe that if you take over governance, you should do better than the previous person. You don't need to spend 90% of your energy probing the past. You keep looking at the past, you will not see the future, because you must focus and go ahead. That is governance for you. Apart from politics, it's quite different from politics. But most persons in Nigeria believe that governance is also politics. It's no. If you get that, you will not get the result that governance entails. Because the essence of governance, politics is just a vehicle for you to get into governance. When you get into governance, you do the real governance and forget about politics.
All right, now let's fast forward let's take a trip to Kano.
It's a long trip.
Former CBN governor. And we were all familiar with the travails of Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, who is now known as Muhammadu Sanusi II. Before he became Emir of Kano, you recall that in 2014, we had issues with $20 billion. We had $20 billion became 12 billion. Later, it was 10 billion. Pricewaterhouse had to come. There had to be some audits that took place in those years to try to clarify the position of the NNPC as regards oil remittances to the Federation account. It went on for strongly all through that period. Of course, also emboldened the opposition at the time, making corruption one of the key factors of the incoming government in 2015. Now we are in 2019. Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, the proponent of a corrupt-free Nigeria, is in the news regarding issues where the commission in Kano State is probing him, calling for him to be suspended, saying that he frittered away about 4 billion naira and that he should step aside.
Some people are reporting for
yes,
4 billion.
And that's on one hand. On the other hand, before this request by the Complaints Commission in Kano State, the governor had appointed 4 other individuals, splitting the Emirate Council of Kano into 5. Now, could this be as a result of vindictiveness on the part of the governor of Kano State, Ganduje? Could it be because Sanusi is not seen to be supporting Ganduje, or could this corruption thing be true?
Well, there are basically 2 ways to it. You have to look at the political angle and the legal angle. Well, politically speaking, you know that once you are not in the good book of any government, look, you have a lot of answers to give to questions that could be imagined, that could be real. You see, let me give us one basic things. Once you take up a government appointment, you are just accountable to the people. You are just accountable to the people. Who is government? Government is the people. Because it's only when you are in your private sector, even in private sector, say they can come for you, tax evasion and all that, they can give you all sorts of allegations. But once you take up a government appointment, and of course, remember that the Emirate Council, being an emir, is for the public. So there's money that is voted for that office. And so when it is spent, it must be accounted for. That is the legal angle to it. So, but politically speaking, we know that there's a lot of water that is passing under the bridge between the governor, Ganduje, and Emir Sanusi. Of course, they are not in the same book. Emir, it's a well-known for, it's an open secret, let me use it so that I won't be quoted. That it supports the Emir of Kano is not a supporter of Ganduje. He played that in the last election and all that. So, you will see that even the creation of the 4 additional emirates was challenged in court by the emir's egos, so to say, because the matter is still in court. But I think the creation may not go through if I'm talking like a lawyer, because the court has actually stopped it and all that. But the governor has gone ahead to issue letters of authority and all that. So speaking, that's why I said you cannot divorce the political undertone from the legal challenge that the emir is facing. because criminally speaking or jurisprudentially, he must answer to those complaints. He's not above the law. It doesn't have immunity. Remember equally when he was talking about the 20 billion missing, they set up a panel, and the panel said that not such money was missing. So now it is his turn to explain how he spent 4 billion naira. That is a lot of money. But remember that he was a CBN governor, so some people feel that is a small money.
Okay, so you have actually made, you made a point saying that the fight against corruption now, if you do not belong to a particular political party, it's possible, or you're not in the good books of a particular government, then it's possible that you might just be haunted. And so are you saying that the fight against corruption in this country has some political affiliation?
No,
or undertone.
Of course, you can't divorce that. That's why I most times when I'm on interview, I like to safely land on the legal angle. So that I will know that okay, if you have been accused, you should answer that. But we also know that you cannot divorce political undertone from criminal charges post time when people are criminally and when people are politically exposed, they're politically exposed persons. And that is one of the problem I have. When you go to our magistrate courts, I'm talking like an active practitioner. If you see the number of persons that are charged before the magistrate court are people that maybe are not able to solve their issue or make progress with their complaint, even at the police station. You see the very downtrodden that go to the magistrate court that are being charged. And that's the problem with our criminal justice system. For any other person that is not in that category to be before the magistrate court, that means the government of the day has an undertone. That means they can't settle the matter at the police station. I'm speaking very emphatic here. That when you look at our whole judicial system, it shouldn't be anchored on political undertone. We should look at issue based, but the truth is that you cannot divorce political undertone from our criminal trial system. That is the unfortunate aspect in this country.
Now, the point I want to situate with here largely, because every one of us will claim having the interest of the people. Even those of us that are broadcasting here, we are broadcasting for the people. What implication for a society like ours, especially when a person in an office like that of the emir that has vast influence in a place like Kano is on the spot like this? What implication for society? The positives, the negatives, and the takeaways?
Of course, the advantage is that, okay, nobody's above the law. The rich also cry. The rich also can be prosecuted. That is the advantage. But beyond that, I have a problem with the way we administer justice in this country. You see, when the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onogen, was accused of, it was just a mere accusation then. He was asked to step aside. In fact, he was forced to step aside. And then we have seen so many people in government that have been accused of similar things. They run through their office, or they see through their tenure in the office and all that. That's why I said, how can you justify that? When you accuse Mr. A and you ask Mr. A to step down, Mr. B is accused of the same thing and you allow him to stay in office. So you see yourself being very, very apathetic in assessing governance. Why I say so is that governance, whether you like it or not, for you to administer very effectively, you must extricate yourself from sentiment. If you don't do that, you find out doing a lot of mistakes.
Can we do that?
Yes, you can do that. How do you do that? Allow the institution to work. We talk about separation of power. You have seen Mr. President or the governors of the state. Mr. President is interested who becomes the leader of the National Assembly. Who does that? Let me use the Nigerian language. He wants to control the National Assembly. He wants to control the judiciary. I want to head the executive. Even governors of states, some of them want to determine who becomes the leader of who becomes the speaker, who becomes the chief judge, and then what separation of power are we practicing? Look, I was advocating and I was giving a lecture in a public lecture. I said, look, today you could be in a saddle, and by the time you control and manipulate the system, your tenure will expire. Somebody will manipulate you. So, but what's the solution? The solution is that let's allow the institution to work. The functionality of the separation of power is what should be our issue. It should be our concern. Where you don't allow somebody to play emperor or becoming an emperor, how will you allow a governor of a state to determine who is the chief judge? If he doesn't like the chief judge, he brings in issues and the chief judge is removed. Remember, there's an ongoing case, even the chief judge of Kogi State is being removed, he's being investigated. Why? Because maybe the governor of that state does not maybe it's not amenable to the governor of that state. But we should have an institution that works. Until that institution works, we are going to be, it's still going to be a one-man show. A one-man show where because you are the governor or because you are the president, nobody gives a contrary view. That's the problem we have in this country. Until we work on our institution and make our institution very effective and work, devoid of political manipulation by one person, then we are in serious trouble. And that's why some of us that do the talk, we also show working. You know, I have been on the street. I don't just talk. I have been on the street, making my voice to be heard amongst the ordinary Nigerians. We are not saying that once you are in governance you are bad. No, but there must be avenue for constructive criticism. If you are not amenable to constructive criticism, you are going to have a lot of problems. Because the problem is that you are going to put a lot of people in prison. Because if you are in governance, doesn't mean that you know it all. You don't know it all. You must subject yourself to constructive criticism. I have a company. I have people that work under me. I think, to the best of my knowledge, I do not think that my idea is superior to any of those my subordinates. I allow them to give them their own idea. That is governance for you. But when you have a mistake of thinking that you know it all, you have a problem.
Okay. All right, this is Let's Talk Nigeria, if you're just tuning in. And our focus this morning has been on the state of the nation. We have been looking at all of the issues happening in the country. Time for us to get your own perspective or allow you to be part of the discourse. All you need to do is call the number 0809-230-0022 or 0809-230-0022.
People too is also part of the problem. Most times people will participate in just election. After election, nobody cares about what happened in governance. Everybody plays the psycho fancy.
Okay, let's take this call now quickly. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning. Thank you for joining.
Department. Maybe we can have local department of police under police. So it's just names. We know we are good at giving names in this country. But there's an issue that was raised by Efron. When you talk about the utilization of these funds being recovered by... Yes, you raised that issue. And I think it's a very critical issue. With the greatest respect, I am on record to believe that, to have said and believe that the money that was previously recovered from Abacha youth was misused. How do you determine who is the poorest of the poor? I didn't feel the impact of that money. You say? Of course I'm poor. It depends on what you do. Are you rating me amongst Dangotes and the rest? What is the big poorest of the poor? So, but I believe that money should have been injected critically into our infrastructural development. And yet, we have 211 million pounds that is not being recovered, being seen. When people call it Abacha loot, I think it's more of Abacha savings. You know?
That's what I like to know. But the money would be divided, I mean, it's not like we're going to have all of that.
It's our money. You and I should feel it. By the time you now come and discriminate and say,
what will remain if they share the 200
everyone is richer than you, and then they give the money to Mr. B.
I'm not sure you're sure about that.
No, I didn't say it.
Can we take just this last call before we call it a wrap this morning? Good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Dave. I'm calling.
The Sparkling Morning Show, this 5th day of June 2019. For me, it's been a great pleasure.